Start the recording.
No.
All right, we're recording. Okay, so if this is your first time being on a GSD Zoom, will you drop a little emoji or a hi or something in the chat so that I know that this is your first time? Because if we don't have any first timers, I will go straight into it and not even explain what we're doing, because that means that you guys know exactly why we're here. We've been doing this for a couple of weeks now, and I feel like it's definitely helped my phase 1 activity. Okay, awesome. Michael, Jake, you guys are new. Okay, newbies to the Get Shit Done Zoom. So what it is we spend 30 minutes together as a group doing business income generating activities. So your game plan while you're on here is to be fully engaged in the Zoom. I probably won't see your face very often on here, because you're also going to be working really hard on your Facebook page and in your messages and in your text messages and in your back office while we're on this Zoom. So basically what happens is I give you a task to accomplish, give you a few minutes to do so. You get a little bit of a time frame. And then when you finish that particular task, if you'll type done in chat, I'll be able to see that the bulk of the group has finished the task that I've given you guys. And we'll move on to the next thing. So you guys excited, ready to go, pumped up? Woo, woo. I know I'm excited. Okay. So first things first, we are going to warm up your Facebook feed. You guys ready for this? So I want you to go to your Facebook page. I'm doing the same thing while you guys are doing it. So pull up Facebook, go to your personal Facebook page, go to your friends list, and choose 5 friends that you have not interacted with recently that are not current customers. They're not current promoters. They have nothing to do with Prove It. And you are going to go to their Facebook page. I am recording, Erin. You're going to go to their Facebook page, and you are going to comment on maybe a picture that they've posted or a status that they posted. The end game of doing this is commenting something that they're going to want to respond to. So your whole goal of doing this is to strike up a conversation, a genuine conversation. An easy way to find the friends that you don't interact with very often is to click on your friends list and scroll way down to the bottom. So the people who are on the bottom are typically the ones that you haven't interacted with recently. So scroll to the bottom, find those people that you haven't interacted with. I'm going to give you guys like 5 or 6 minutes to do so. Try to get through 5 people. And when you've commented, Mandy's not on here, but I bet Ashley, can you talk? Do you have enough service to talk?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Give them one of your tips on something that you might comment on a picture or something that would get them talking to you.
Ask a question. So people love to talk about themselves or their families. So if they have a picture of their kids or something, you can, you actually know that you could say, oh, it's fall or is Thanksgiving break coming up next week, or, how was your trip last week, or, how's Braden doing, or just something if you know them personally. If you don't, then you could say something like, I bet they have a Christmas list a mile long, huh? Or, how are you doing with your Christmas shopping? Or something along those lines where they feel like they have to respond back to you because they just love to talk about themselves.
That's perfect. I usually, let me mute everybody. I know we got a ton of background noise. Sorry. I like doing like, oh my gosh, they're getting so big. How old are they now? Something that's super simple for them to respond to. Because if somebody commented that on your profile picture with your kids, you're probably not going to leave them hanging. You're going to be like, oh, my kids are 3 and 11 months. So shout out to Ashley. I'm dying over here. So as you guys finish up your 5, I'm typing up my 5 right now. As you guys finish up your 5, just drop a done in comments when you have done that. Like right here, I have a friend who just got married and just got her wedding pictures back. So I'm going to ask her who did her photos, because they're beautiful. I'll wait for a few done. So I'll give you guys until 7:10 at the
So
latest.
what I'm going to do is I did 2 really good posts yesterday where people commented and gave their opinions on a question I had. So what I've been doing the past 2 days, which maybe I'm overstepping here, but I'm clicking on those people and I'm going back to their pages and I'm commenting and liking on stuff that I haven't in a while. And that way they're going to see my post as well coming up. So that's something else. If you've made a post lately where people have given a lot of feedback, you can go back and use those, especially if you've had a ton of comments. You don't have time to do all of them in one day, but go back and utilize those posts because they cared enough to give you their opinion. So they clearly don't freaking hate your guts. You know what I mean? They probably see your Prove It post. So you can go back and communicate with them too.
I mean, I comment on your stuff and I hate your guts too. So
shut it down.
I don't really know.
I love you.
Love you. All right, you guys, 2 more minutes or so to finish this up. Done. Megan's done. Who else is done? Somebody is going to, like, here in Huntsville, they have a at the movies, Molly's done, section of like church. So a certain church does like this at the movies theme thing. And I know what church it is because I have a ton of friends who go there. But a girl just posted a picture with Cinderella the other day because she said Cinderella was at church. And so of course I asked her what church she went to because my church doesn't have Cinderella. So my church isn't that cool. All right, I'm going to wait for a couple more done. So if you're done, type done, and we'll move on to the next thing. Ashley is done. You guys hear Parker? She's playing on the floor, like by my feet. All right, we got some dones. Okay, you guys ready for the next task? All right, next task. I want you to go to the Prove It Facebook page. So facebook.com/justproveit. And if there is anything on the Prove It Facebook page that you have not liked, commented, shared, or tagged a friend. So Prove It just posted cauliflower mash and gravy. So if you guys have any friends who you think might be interested in that recipe, I have actually been tagging people in these keto Thanksgiving posts. So I have a couple friends who are just recently trying to eat low carb. So I am actually going to tag them right now in this post. So try to do that with everything that you haven't liked, commented, or shared on. Sorry guys. And let me know when you're done, when you're caught up 100%. Oh, Chris Rodriguez is working it. I just got a note. Christina Peterson is working it. I'm getting notifications that you guys are commenting on the same Prove It post that I've commented on before. Chelsea's on here. She's doing her job. Christy Holland, Carrie Luz, Erin Maybank. Yay, that makes me so happy. I'm getting all these notifications that you guys are commenting on the same things that I've already commented on. So that means you're truly getting some work done. Okay. Let me know when you're done. This shouldn't take very long because we do this every single day, so we shouldn't have a lot to do. Steven's done. Chris is done. Okay, awesome. So let's move on to the next thing. So the next thing is going to be on this exact same page. So if you look under community, you're going to see invite your friends to like this page. So I want you guys to click on that. We are going to that's going to pull up a list of your friends who have not liked the Prove It Facebook page yet. So what you're going to do is instead of just clicking the invite button, you're going to click on their picture and you're going to send them a message, and it's going to say something like, I'm going to let Ashley actually tell you hers because she does a really good job with it. And I'm going to mute myself for a second because my kids are being crazy.
Wait, don't punch me in the face. I was answering a message. Tell me what you just said. 911, don't judge me. I can't hear you. I love you. You're muted. Love you.
Hey, Ashley, this is Steven. She wants
Okay,
you to explain what your write-up is to the people that you message about liking the Prove It Facebook page.
For sure. Okay, I'm so sorry. I thought that's what she said, but I want to make sure.
It
Okay. So I stole this from Mandy, so I really can't take credit, but I adjust it slightly just to kind of see what, depending on who I'm messaging or who the person is, if I have a relationship with them. So I just say something kind of like, hey, Sierra, oh my gosh, I'm super excited. My company is almost to 200,000 likes on their Facebook page. Would you do me the biggest favor ever? And I will love you forever and like this page. Here's the link. I'm even going to go ahead and invite you on the page too. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a great day, or something kind of like that. And then when they like it, it gives you the invitation to go back and say, did you see anything that you liked? I know we have a couple good Thanksgiving recipes they posted this week. I thought about you when I saw that, Brussels sprouts recipe, or whatever you want to say, something like that. Megan, get off my back. I love you. You could say something along those lines, or, I know you've been going to the gym lately. Have you thought about trying Keto OS? Have you checked out the video? Have you blah, 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 blah. But if they like the page, in my opinion, it gives you the opportunity to then open up the conversation and then start it about, have you watched the video? Have you tried it? Have I had a chance to tell you about it yet? Thank you so much for liking it. It means so much to me, blah, blah, blah. But it gives you the chance just to go into it a little bit more, but just be creative. You really don't want to send, in my opinion, you don't want to send the same exact copy and paste to every single person, because if you send the same thing to Sierra that you're going to send to someone that you haven't talked to ever in your entire life, it's going to seem kind of informal, and it's going to kind of seem like it's not your verbiage or how you really talk. So just have something saved in your notes if you want to, but slightly change it depending on the person.
Perfect. Yeah. So mine usually says something to the effect, like I'm actually typing it out right now. Hey, Catherine, could you do me a huge favor? My company is actually on its way to hitting 200,000 likes on Facebook, and we are only a couple thousand short. Could you be amazing and like our Prove It Facebook page for me? I appreciate it so much. Thanks in advance. And then it includes the link, and then I send it. And then you're also going to go back as soon as you hit the send button, and you can invite them to like it as well. So that's really key. If you are not actually clicking the invite button after you send the message, you're not going to get the notification that they liked it. So it's really important that you're also inviting them. So you should be sending them a message, and you should also be inviting them. So do that for at least 3 people. And then as soon as you've done at least 3, put done in comments. And the key to this, like Ashley said, is to follow up. So, it's awesome if you send the message. It's awesome if they like the Facebook page. But what do you do then? You have to follow up with them once you get that notification that says that they liked it. And a lot of times that's the perfect lead in to be like, well, have you ever heard of Prove It before? Do you know what ketones are? Do you know what ketosis is? And 9 times out of 10, they're like, no, I literally just like the page because you asked me to like the page. And that's the perfect introduction to send them a campfire video. So.
Hey, Sierra, can I interrupt here for a second?
Yes, you can always interrupt me.
Another thing that I like to try to do is I actually open up Messenger, and I go to people, and you can actually see everybody that's active at that moment that you're on Messenger. It shows up in green. They've got a little green dot out next to their name. So you click on those people, and you do the same type of invite, send them the same type of message that Ashley was talking about. And that pretty much guarantees that they're looking at their Messenger at that moment.
Yeah.
And you can actually see if they read it or not, typically. But a lot of people may not even get on Messenger. So if you message them, they may or may not see it. But in order for you to guarantee that these people are actually seeing that you're inviting them to like the Prove It Facebook page is to go into Messenger, click on people, and you can click on active, and it shows you everybody that's active at that moment. So I like to do that a lot too.
Yeah, that's an awesome point. When I'm sending my 10 messages or 15 messages a day, I always choose the people who are active currently on Messenger so that I know that they have a really good chance of reading it. Because if you think about not everybody obviously has a messenger that's as full as all of these Prove It promoters that are on this. But if you think about it, if somebody messages you before you go to bed and you don't check it, and then you wake up in the morning and you've had 37 messages, sometimes you don't remember to scroll all the way back to the beginning. Or if you're like me, you check messages at 2 o'clock in the morning when you wake up and then you forget that you checked them. So choosing people who are currently active on Messenger is definitely a bonus. So if you guys sent your invitations, your 3 to 5, thumbs up if you sent them. Yeah, okay, I see a few thumbs up. Awesome. Okay, next. You guys ready? So you've warmed up your Facebook just a little bit. Everything's a little bit warm. So one of the things that you see right now a lot on your Facebook page are posts about Thanksgiving. So we don't always want to post about Prove It, and a lot of us are super pumped up about ketones. We're super pumped up about Prove It, the opportunity, what it's done for us, all of those things. Maybe we word vomit Prove It a little bit too much and post about Prove It too much. Sorry, let me close the door. I feel like every time I move, they get louder and louder. So let's make a post today, a genuine, heartfelt post about something that you're extremely thankful for. Bonus points if you include emojis, bonus points if it has a picture. But let's make a Facebook post about something that you're extremely thankful for. So go to something that you're very grateful for, whether it's, your kids, whether it's, your mom, your dog, the house that you live in, your church family, whatever you're super thankful for right now, and make a post, a genuine post about something that you're grateful for. The reason being is you want to be a real person on Facebook. So you do not want your Facebook to look like an advertisement. You don't want it to look like Prove It threw up on it. So sometimes on these Zooms, we tell you to do a curiosity creating post. Sometimes we tell you to do an engagement post. This one is about being real and genuine. People want to know that you're a genuine person, that, you have feelings, that you're not a robot, that you know how to empathize with other people when it's necessary. So let's make a post about something that we're thankful for. Carrie, can you talk? Yeah? Okay. What are you thankful for? What are you going to make a post about? You're muted. You'll have to unmute yourself, or I can unmute you. Hold on. There you are. I found you. Okay, you're unmuted.
Okay, thank you. I didn't want to try to hit it and then you hit it at the same time.
It's okay. I had to scroll for you. So what are you thankful for?
So it can't be Prove It related at all.
Yeah.
Everything for me is Prove It related, but I guess I can leave that part out. I'm thankful that I'm going through fertility treatments, and I've been able to do that this fall. So that's like
so awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. Especially after a long time of feeling like we would never be able to come up with the money for it. That's why I'm like, that's the thing I'm most thankful for, but if it wasn't for Prove It, I would not have that. So
you can always throw that in there at the end, but the goal is to make it a non-Prove It related, just thankful post. Let's see, who else is on here? Elaine apparently wants to talk. She's raised her hand like 10 times. I think I put it down like 10 times.
I've been in this too long, so like everything's Prove It.
Does anybody else have a good one? If you have a good one, throw it in chat. And let me know when you're done with your Facebook post. Evelyn has an awesome one because she keeps raising her hand too.
Well,
Betsy's thankful she can see.
In all seriousness, I'm thankful for all of you. Love you.
I know. I'm so thankful for you guys. You guys are amazing. I don't know what I would do without this group of people. It'd be so bad. It's okay, Elaine. Oh, Chelsea, you are like the sweetest. Are you trying to get bonus points? I feel like Chelsea's trying to get bonus points. She's trying to win the Zoom. All right. I'm going to give you guys one more minute. And then we are going to move on. So while we're talking about this, something that's super important is just don't forget that, like, you need to be a real human being, that people want to know you as a person. They want to know your personality, that you yourself have like your own personal brand. And I know that that sounds super cheesy, but something to think about is when people look at your Facebook feed, what things do they associate you with? Like, what energy do you have? What things are you passionate about? What things do you post about a lot? Like, is it always about your kids? That's awesome. Like, are they recognizing you because you always post about makeup? Like, Ashley's makeup is always beautiful, so people associate her with having beautiful makeup. And so I bet that when somebody sees a cute makeup post, they think of Ashley and they tag Ashley. For me, it's wine, which probably means that people assume I'm an alcoholic, but I get tagged in a ton of wine posts. But it's really cool to think about that, though, that there you have an association. Like, there's something that you post about that resonates with other people. Here I go, dropping myself again. That resonates with other people, and that's your brand. Like, that's something that people pay attention to and know you for. And so you need to be a real human being for that to happen. And so making posts that are not Prove It related are super important. All right, here comes the doozy. I know, Crystal, people do probably think that I'm an alcoholic. I at least get tagged in 1 or 2 wine posts a day. So next is the doozy. You guys ready? This is the one that makes the most people uncomfortable. You are going to find 4 people who you have never talked to about Prove It, never talked to about ketones, and you're going to strike up a conversation with them to ask them what they know about ketones or ketosis. I wish Jessica was on here. She had such a good answer yesterday when we were talking about this on the Zoom. Should I make Steven regurgitate her answer? I feel like they're the same person, so.
They look the same. I think it's fine.
Yeah, we look the exact same. So for
You have the same hair.
She's got a little bit more hair than me.
And the facial hair.
I completely, yeah, it's definitely the facial hair. I missed what you were saying. I was trying to get Maddox down.
Oh, okay, Steven. I'll step in this time.
Okay, thank you.
You guys are cracking me up. No, the question was, so we were talking about sending out your 5 or 6 messages. Like, if you send out 10 messages every single day that are, hey, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry that we haven't connected before on Facebook, or maybe we haven't talked in a year. I don't know if you're even sure, like, if you even know what's going on with me recently or what's going on in my life. But I found something that I'm super, super excited about, and I wanted to share it with you. What do you know about ketones and ketosis? Whatever your message is, it doesn't have to be cookie cutter. It doesn't need to be a copy and paste, so people can tell when you copy and paste the same message over and over again, because it sounds super generic and it doesn't sound very genuine. So I do a little investigating. I poke through their Facebook page and kind of see, like, oh, did they just have family pictures made? Or, oh, did they just go on vacation? Or, oh, maybe they just had a job change, or they have a new baby, or whatever it is. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it's been so long since we've connected on Facebook. Your family pictures are beautiful. They showed up on my newsfeed, and I just wanted to reach out to you because I realized I haven't told you what's been going on with me lately. Do you have any idea what ketones or ketosis is? It's something that's not cookie cutter. It's not the exact same message to every single person. It's not, hey, Carrie, I know we've never talked before, but what do you know about ketones or ketosis? Don't send that. Because you literally just copied and pasted and slapped somebody's name in there. I'm pretty sure that's what happened when I get a message that sounds like that. But do a little bit of digging. Look at what just happened on their Facebook page. If they have, like, the girl that I'm looking at right now, She just got married. She apparently just went on a trip because there's a gorgeous picture on her cover photo of the beach. And she just got a new job. And she's working on a fundraiser. So I literally just looked at her Facebook page for 45 seconds, and I just found 4 things that I could strike up a conversation with her about. So let's say 3 people, because I feel like we can do 3 people in about 10 minutes. Let's find 3 people to send a nice, genuine message to that ends with something about ketones or prove it or what you've been doing with your life lately. I know Ashley's super good at this, and she's really good at making it sound not spammy. So maybe she has some tips and tricks I forgot.
I mean, she pretty much nailed it, but I do this all the time, especially the past couple months since we went to more in Vegas. But I actually keep a little notepad, and I will write down the people that I've been trying to have a conversation with over the past few days or the past week or so. So I might not take tonight. I'm going to do Sierra's challenge, but I'm saying on a typical day, like I'll find someone on Facebook I haven't talked to in a while, but maybe we used to be connected, and I'll try to build a relationship with them on Facebook, commenting on their posts, liking their posts. Then I'll finally take the plunge and send them a message, ask about their recent vacation or their wedding, Christmas plans coming up, anything that I can possibly strike up a conversation about. And then I'll continue that back and forth for a week or so until I feel like they are 100% don't think I'm spamming them at all. And then we built that relationship, and I've opened that door to where they feel comfortable answering me without saying like, what a freak, I'm not going to talk to her. So I do keep a notepad, and I write these people's names down. That way I'll know who I've talked to, so I can go back and try to just follow up with them. And it does take a little more work, but when you're trying to actually start over, or you're just starting, when you really want to build your promoter base, or you want to have new customers, or you really want to constantly bring in new volume and new people, I think it's a great way so you don't always sound so salesy and you're a real person, and you're going to hear this over and over, but Brian Underwood, which is our CEO, and everyone that you're going to hear on any of our calls always talks about building relationships. So we don't want to make everything transactional, and the more time that you take to build a relationship with someone and create that trust, the more they're going to believe you and trust in you and come to you for everything in the future. So as long as you keep that door open and you show them you're a real person, you're not just here to make a quick buck, they're more likely to come back to you. I hope that helps.
That's awesome. Thank you. I actually just had someone, which she's in high school, so it doesn't really count, send me a really long message asking me for money for like players' fees or donations or whatever, and you can tell it's a copy and paste. It's so easy to just look at a post and be like, oh, somebody just literally copy and pasted that in 87 chats. And that is not what we want to come across as. We don't want to be a spammer, or we don't want to copy and paste a ton of messages. She's 16, so it's completely fine. She's just trying to raise some money to play some soccer, but that just goes to show I didn't even read her entire message, but I immediately was like, oh, yep, she copied and pasted that and probably sent it to 500 people. And people do the exact same thing to your messages. So take a little bit of time, make it personal. If it takes you an hour to send 10 messages, it takes you an hour. That's fine. Find that hour, make it a priority. For me, my 10 messages sometimes happen literally all day long, because I will do a message because it takes me 10 minutes, and then I'll come back, and then I'll do another message and it takes me 10 minutes, and I'll go do something else. But the important thing is that you're actually doing them every single day. So this is a muscle that you guys should be working out every single day. How many of you guys, brutally honest with yourself, know for a fact that you send at least 5 messages with intention, 5 messages a day? Okay, so if your hand's not up, do you guys think that you can commit to doing 5 messages between this Zoom and next Thursday's Zoom with intention, on purpose, 5 messages a day?
Can I interrupt you for a second, Sierra, and
Yep.
add something? So I'm going to be brutally honest. So I preach that all the time, right? DMO, 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 DMO. Do all these things that we talk about and you hear on the huddle calls, the Monday and Tuesday night calls, you hear from all the leaders. Well, I got into a place where I wasn't doing all those things all the time. I was on the huddle calls. I was on the Zooms. You know, I had product on hand. I was selling trials, but I wasn't reaching out to find new people. And my business, my personal business, got stagnant. And so when I stopped and took a minute and I looked inside of my own self and my activities every single day, I realized I'm not doing those small things. And while they seem so small at that moment, they can turn into really big things. So because I took the time to really reach out, message people, do the things I expect everybody else to do, then my team saw me doing that more. You know, I was holding myself accountable by showing them the proof, you know, of actually what I was doing, the messages every single day. And because of that, I've had several new promoters and customers that I've been able to help the past couple of months because I really dug deep and I built that relationship, and I'm sending those messages every day. And guys, I'm going to tell you, I get a lot of freaking no's. I get a lot of people that ignore me. You know, I get a lot of people that nothing comes out of it at all. But if I can reach one or two new people that I could have never reached before, it's worth it, because I know what happened to me 1 year ago this week. And I am so thankful that someone looked at me and said, hey, can I share ketones or ketosis with you? And I was like, I don't know what it is, but sure. You never know when you're going to flip over that rock, or you're going to message that one person that turns into Mandy Mitchell, you know, or turns into Sierra Elledge. You know, you don't know. And the worst thing that can happen is nothing. But you can also find a freaking rock star, but you're not going to find anybody if you don't do those things. So I'm talking to myself when I say that. You know, hold yourself accountable by showing proof to your team and to all of us every single day if that's what helps you. But I've started doing that, and it's totally changed my personal business. So I'm really thankful that I got that kick in the butt that I needed. So don't feel like you're alone. But you can always start fresh. So if you just started today, you know, congratulations, you're fresh anyway. But if you started 6 months ago and you've kind of fallen off the wagon, this Zoom is the perfect chance for you to pick back up and just do the place that works. So I'm sorry I had to say all that, but I just wanted y'all to know that I'm real too, and life happens and we let things get in the way, but just jump back in and get started. Like there's no point in saying I can't do it. You can do it. I can do it. We can all do it together.
And the thing is, start with something manageable. Start small. Like, don't sit here on this Zoom and be like, I'm going to message 100 people tomorrow, because you're setting yourself up to be disappointed and to feel like you're a failure. Like, you want to, I mean, if 2 messages a day is 2 more than you did today and 2 more than you did yesterday, 2 messages a day is a start. So really be honest with yourself and think of like what would be a stretch for you, and commit to that. And let's do that literally every single day for 7 days. And we'll probably have this Zoom in 7 more days. Like well, it's Thanksgiving, so probably not. It might be 8 days. I mean, if anybody wants to get some shit done on Thanksgiving night, I will be here and I will be down and I will host the Zoom. So if you guys would like to get shit done on Thanksgiving, I'm all in. But just be totally honest with yourself. Be transparent. If you fall off the wagon, every single day is a brand new day. So just because you didn't do it today doesn't mean that tomorrow you can't do it. You don't have to wait for Monday. You don't have to wait for the beginning of the month. You don't have to wait for anything. You can literally be like, oh my gosh, it's 7:34 at night. Sounds like a good time to get my life together. Let me send my 5 messages. And sometimes I literally do not get my messages in until 11 o'clock at night, because life happens. So anyway, I am so thankful for you guys spending the last 35 minutes with me. I hope that you feel like you got a few income generating activities done out of this Zoom. And the activities change every week. Every time we have it, the activities are different. The person leading it might even be different. But this is something that are super easy things that you can take away and you can continue to do for the rest of the week, that will generate income and will generate things for your business. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you got a little bit accomplished. If you feel like there's anybody on your team who could use a little bit of guidance into what a DMO is, reach out to Ashley, reach out to Jessica Davenport, reach out to myself, Steven, Jessica, Mandy's, I don't even think Mandy's on here. She's had some meetings today, but reach out to somebody who you know is going to push you to do your DMO. Set an alarm. I actually sometimes set alarms for people because they say, hold me accountable to my DMO. And I'm like, oh, you really want to be held accountable? Okay, let me set an alarm. And I will legitimately set an alarm and be like, we're going to talk about this tomorrow at 9 a.m. So good. So get ready. If you need to set an alarm, I set an alarm for myself sometimes. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop everything that I'm doing and I'm going to do my DMO at 10 o'clock, no matter what, no matter if the house is burning down around me. Because we all have crazy lives and we all have, families and kids and other jobs and things that get in our way. And sometimes we just literally need to set an alarm. So if you need a swift kick in the butt, I nominate Ashley just because I'm staring at her. She'll do a great job at it. But just take the time for your business and take the time for yourself because you're not going to regret it. I've never had anybody say, man, I wish you hadn't made me do my DMO. I really hate that you made me do that today, or that you told me to do that today, or you followed up and asked me to do that today. I've never had a single person say that. So, just think about that. Yeah, Ashley loves to kick some booty. So if you need a good booty kick, Ashley's got you down. So does anybody have anything they want to share or add? Has anybody already gotten a message, a message back from any of their messages or any of their invitations? If you have, say me in chat. Oh, we got some. Christina Peterson, yay, Carrie's already got a message back or an answer. See, guys, just from sitting here with us for 30 minutes, you have struck up a conversation. You've got 4 invites accepted. Jess has some people. You guys, I'm so super proud of you guys. Thank you guys so much for being on here. And I'm so glad that you see that just doing a couple of little things has already generated some activity. So that's super awesome. Ash, Steven, you guys have anything you want to say?
I just want to say I challenge you guys to like Sierra said, everyone has a busy life. We have things happening. Not everybody can hop on the Zoom at night. So I'm really appreciative that 50 of you got on. We have 41 left now, but there were 52 at one point. So we really appreciate your time. But I'm going to challenge you to do this. Find the workers on your team. And if they can't always make these Zooms, take from these Zooms what you learned or the little things that Sierra told you to do tonight and go share with those people and challenge them to do these little things when you get off the Zoom tonight. So if it's something that you learned that you haven't done yet, or they haven't done today, challenge them to do that too. And then just hold them accountable, help each other. And don't stress yourself out if you can't get 20 people to do it. That's okay. If you have one person on your team that's willing to do it, that's great. But just find the workers that are willing to commit to you, and you commit to them, and you challenge them too, and you can help each other be accountable.
Absolutely. Awesome. So I really am and will be here Thanksgiving night. If there are any of you guys who would like to hop on here and hang out with me, I promise we'll have a good time and we'll get some stuff done that doesn't interrupt other people's Thanksgiving dinner, and we won't be obnoxious. But I will be here Thanksgiving night. If anybody wants to hop on, send me a private message and I'll make a link for you guys. But it's not Thanksgiving there. Jess, are you in Canada? It was Canada Thanksgiving like last month. Is that correct? Hopefully my Canadians aren't on here because they would be super upset with me if I didn't know that answer. Okay, it was last month. Okay. All right. Well, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for hopping on. Bye. Bye. I literally lost you.
Bye. Love you.
Love you.